Welcome to my first hot sauce video. This is my hot sauce collection, and I'm going to call this Hot Sauce 101 as we go through the basics of, hot sauces and any general hot sauce collection. I like to think mine, varies from the lower end of the heat scale where you're looking for flavor all the way up to the higher end where you're talking about the extreme hot sauces. But let's get started here, and hopefully maybe you'll learn a couple things or get an idea of a couple different sauces. The first one we have is the backdraft sauce. It's one of my more popular sauces with my coworkers and myself and the other people I share these sauces with. It's a mustard-based hot sauce, and it's great for dipping and just about anything you want to put it on. I go about through a bottle a day of it, just sharing it with other people. It's very low on the heat scale, it's maybe 5 to 10,000 at the most. And it's just a great all-around sauce for anything you'd like to dip mustard in or barbecue or anything like that. Now, the next sauce on the list is we have the Pain is Good micro batch. It's the garlic style, and it's made with habanero peppers, so it's a little further up on the heat scale. It's a nice little jump. It's still great to add to other sauces and, Mexican food and stuff where you like the garlic, style taste. And it's another popular one with my coworkers and myself, and it has just a great, nice, garlicky flavor to it. After that, we have a Cajun's product, which is the Frostbite hot sauce. It's a unique clear sauce, and it's probably around the same 100,000 to maybe 200,000 on the Scoville scale, but since you're adding it to drinks mainly, it's usually diluted, so it's just a nice thing to play around with and see what kind of different recipes for drinks you can come up with, and it's just something to experiment with, really. Alrighty. Next, we're getting into the hotter end of the sauces, really, which is the Bomb Beyond Insanity. I think you can see that. It's only around 130,000 on the Scoville scale, but as most people that have tried the Bomb sauces know, they usually rate them lower than what they really are. It's got a nice flavor to it, but it's an extract sauce, so it does have a nice burn, and it's nice to add to other kind of sauces and foods where you want to add some heat without having to, sacrifice on flavor. Next, we have a very popular sauce, the 357 Mad Dog. The 357 stands for 350,000 Scoville units on the Scoville scale. It's a real chemical burn. It's a very hot sauce. It's one of the first steps into the line of the super hots, really. It has a good flavor. It's a very sweet aroma to it, and it has a nice sweet initial taste, but at the same time it has a nice long over mouth burn, and it's a good sauce to use sparingly, really. After that, we have one of Blair's sauces, which is the Ultra Death, which is his hottest sauce before the reserves, and it has a more natural burn to it, which is a lot easier for most people to take. It has a lot of flavor to it, and it's nice something for a little dash on a burrito or something you want to add some heat to and some flavor. All right, after that we have another one of the Bomb series. This time it's Ground Zero. As like I said before, they rate these sauces lower than what they really are, really. It's only 230,000 on the Scoville scale as the official rating, but most will tell you it's way higher up there, because Blair's, which we just went through, is around 800,000 supposedly, so I would put this up there around Blair's, if not hotter. It's used very sparingly, and there's a lot of heat, so it's not something to play around with, but it does have some flavor to it, and if you use it sparingly, it can be used, on different kinds of dishes like chili and stuff, where just a dab will go a long way. Next, we have Dave's Ghost Pepper. It's a Naha Jolokia-based pepper, obviously, by the title, and it has a very smoky flavor to it, as most people that have tried the ghost pepper can attest to. It's a very hot sauce, but it has a lot of flavor, and it's one of those sauces that, if you mix it with a bland sauce like ketchup or a salsa, it'll add a lot of flavor to it and a lot of heat at the same time. Now let's move into the almost 1 million plus area We'll start off with the John's product here, Mongoose. Let's see if you can see that well there. It's closer to the 1 million Scoville range. It has a lot of flavor to it. I like adding it to ketchup. You know, it has, for the amount that you have there, it'll last you a long time. You know, it has a lot of heat and a lot of flavor for just a little amount. Alrighty. The last in the bomb series, and their hottest rated at 1.5 million Scovilles, is the Final Answer. I don't know if you can read that there, the Final Answer. It has a dropper style mechanism instead of the little, you know, just an open mouth bottle or whatnot, so it's to be used very sparingly, and I recommend if you do use it in a good amount to at least, you know, have something else like ice cream or milk with you, because if you don't eat anything to counteract the capsaicin, it'll leave you in a world of hurt, essentially. That at least 2 of my coworkers tried it without eating anything afterwards, like ice cream or milk, and it woke them up a couple times in the middle of the night with their stomach burning, and when it came out the other end, let's just say it wasn't a pleasant experience, according to their recollection anyway. And then the last in the series, and the hottest sauce I have, which is another John's product, is the Black Mamba, which is rated between 2 and 2.5 million on the Scoville scale, and it's the hottest sauce I currently own. And it's actually the best value, too, because it's only $12 or $13 a bottle, and a little bottle can go a long way. As you can see on the right-hand side, I have an empty bottle, or close to empty bottle, and then I have a newer bottle. And it's made with chocolate habanero, so it has a nice flavor to it, and it's extremely hot. I wouldn't advise using it, to dip anything in without diluting it in something else, because trust me, I made the mistake of trying just a little bit, and it didn't burn too bad, so I figured I'd try a bigger amount, and my tongue paid the price for it. But it's a high-quality sauce, and like I said, it's up there in the 2 to 2.5 million range, so it's safe to say a little dab will do you, but it has a lot of flavor, and it's a unique sauce because it's made with the chocolate habaneros. So it's definitely a sauce to pick up and try, and to, like I said, the little bottle will last you a long time. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed my little review of my hot sauce collection, and feel free to post any comments and your thoughts.